Hey y'all, it's Rags again. Uh, we're back on my unscripted rambling bullshit again today. Uh, but today I wanted to show you guys a sketchbook tour that I recorded. I meant to put this out like a while ago when I actually like first finished the sketchbook around the end of last December, and it just never really happened. So, I'm finally putting it up now. I recorded it. I've got it all set to go. I'm just getting the intro and outro recorded and edited and posted up. Uh, yeah, hope you enjoy.
All right, so here is the sketchbook in question. I might be replacing this shot with a photo if I can't figure out how to get rid of how to cover up this here because this particular sticker has uh, the name of my town on it, and I don't want to do that. But yeah, I got the sketchbook. I think I got this one from Walmart. Like, I don't get super expensive or like really interesting sketchbooks. I like to get like ones with really plain covers that I can cover with stickers. So like we've got this potato one and this potato one. These two came from a Kickstarter that my friend Chaser did at one point of just like potato pins and stickers and prints and stuff, and it was just all potato themed. And so I put them on here. This one, obviously, I got from my COVID-19 shot. This one is from the OSP Loki sticker set. And then these two are from an artist that I support on Patreon. Um, I'm gonna be honest, I've forgotten what their name is, but I'll put that up on the screen or like in the description or something afterwards. So yeah. So opening it up, I didn't do anything with the inside cover. It's kind of boring. But so here, um, I was at one point commissioned to do some like chalkboards and like chalkboard menus and stuff for a local board game cafe. And this is one of the designs that I came up with for some of it. This is kind of their logo. This like um, coffee cup made out of puzzle pieces. Um, and then she asked me to add these words around somewhere, so that I was playing around with some ideas. Um, Again, playing around with some ideas for the just there's a stain on here. I'm not sure what that is. Playing around with some ideas for like the some of the boards, just their information. Um, so I didn't end up using this particular format. I did this format for the same board game cafe at their previous location. I did a similar thing, but I had, instead of all being in one thing, they were all like all across the top of one of their menus, one of their big chalkboards. Um, so that this was just like, okay, are you looking for something like this again? And then a similar thing, but with like takeout cups instead of the coffee mugs. Um, and then this is more the format that I ended up going with. I didn't put drinks at the top there, but this is more the format that I wound up going with, where it's just a list of the names and then the prices, the what was available, taxes not included, etc. And then some random little doodles. Okay, so then we got into the actual like drawings, like sketches that I did for myself. I don't know what this is. I think this was one I was just goofing around with. I think this is supposed to be like a robot. I didn't. This is just a random doodle. I don't know who this is. This is my character Sharkbait from a D&D game that I no longer play in. That I used to play at that same board game cafe, actually. Um, yeah, I wanted to draw her just yelling because I enjoy drawing her yelling. She yells a lot. She's great. Um, at one point, I was trying to draw human bionicle characters, and this was my Nuju concept. Um, Never really went anywhere. I drew Vakama and Nokama at one point, but that was the only those were the only ones that I ever really finalized. I was at one point going to try to redesign the Smile Precure characters to be more based on actual fairy tales. All I got really was this picture of Cure Happy or Lucky or Happy. Yeah, happy. It's been a while since I watched Smile Precure. I don't remember what the characters are all called, but yeah, that's about all I got. This is my Pathfinder character, Sister Catherine de Soleil. She is a cleric. She has depression. Um, she's great. I love her so much. She's really fun to play. Oh yeah, this was my attempt at human Makuta or Pterodax design. Never really went anywhere. Oh, and this is my human fighter Marlena from my D&D game. I drew her once for the channel before and talked about her a whole bunch. I'll put a thingy up in the corner there. I do really like this drawing, even though I never finished it. I don't know. It's a neat angle, an angle that I haven't really done before, so I liked it. It was fun. Here we go. This is the first concept art that I did for my Precure fan series, Yo Ho Ho Pirate Precure. This was the original drawing of Cure Captain, and Cure Captain ended up looking a fair bit like this. Like, it didn't really change a whole lot when I finalized her design, but this is her very original outfit. And then these are some more Pirate Precure stuff. Like, I was trying to figure out how to make make a pact that was like shaped like a treasure chest. It didn't go very well. I wasn't really happy with any of it. The only thing that I ended up keeping from this was the keys. Like, their keys look basically like this, but the rest of it I wasn't very happy with. This was the first drawing of Mary. Mary looks basically the same, but I put fewer hearts on her outfit. And I think I made her overalls into an overall dress instead of like overall shorts. But there she is. Other than that, she looks pretty much the same. Designing the cutlasses for Pirate Precure. The idea being that like the key turns into the cutlass and you can just like pull it out of the thing. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that, but I thought it was a neat idea. Oh yeah, it's a fucking meme doodle of my D&D magical girl barbarian, Scalar. She kicks ass. I love her. It's finally a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary. I love her. She is the walking embodiment of that meme. Here we go is the first drawing of Cure Lookout. Yeah, she was originally wearing a skirt and not pants. She has leggings on under that, but like, I think at some point I decided that I wanted her to wear pants instead of a skirt. But yeah. I think Prototype Lookout is cute, but I really like how her actual design turned out. Some prototypes for Polly. Trying to figure out how to draw parrots. I'm not very good at drawing animals, as I've said before. Birds are really fucking hard. But yeah, there's first drawing of parrot form, first drawing of human form. And then this is prototype of Captain Locke Prescott. That's Polly's captain on her ship. She's sort of the big good of the series. She's not really going to show up a whole lot. She mostly shows up at the beginning and then shows up at the end. But Polly talks about her a lot. This never went anywhere. I don't actually know what this was going to be. Moving on. I think this was going to be human Kopaka. I think. I can only assume that's what it was going to be. Because it's got like the Nuva armor on the shoulders and the legs and stuff. So I think that's what this was going to be. Just from the expression, I think that's supposed to be what that was, but I don't know. Okay, and then I went with this, again for human Kopaka, where I went less with the armor idea and more with like normal clothes, but like cool. And also he's got a sword. I think this was going to be human Pohatu, but I just like never did anything with it and gave up on Mufadon. Marlena again, didn't finish this one. This was more stuff for the cafe that never went anywhere. This is my favorite picture I've ever drawn of Polly, because A big thing that I want to do with Polly is I have a list of Captain Haddock's insults from Tintin just like pulled up on my phone at all times that I can reference because that's basically how I want her to talk. Um, it's very fun. I love Captain Haddock so goddamn much. He rules. Um, and so yeah, so I have her doing that all the time, and so I just wanted to draw her just yelling, just fucking yelling. This was a different idea that I had for Polly. I didn't like it as much, so I never really went anywhere with it. I don't like it. I think it's, I think it's bad. This was a random character from the Phantom Storm Company, from Pirate Precure, trying to figure out their like uniform and whatever. Didn't keep this. I think the design is cute, but I just didn't keep it. I think I gave Bonnie this outfit eventually. Oh yeah, this was my original drawing of Lacey when I was figuring her out. Um, extremely, uh, extremely good outfit. Do want that cardigan very badly. And then this was my original drawing of Cure. What did I call her? She was Corsair. That was it. So this is my design for her. Oh, and here's Leah. This is what Leah wound up, and Leah looks pretty similar to this. I don't think I really changed a whole lot when I did my full drawing of her. Same with Anna. Again, this is all from Pirate Precure. Didn't really change a whole lot when I drew her. I think I put fewer accessories just because I didn't want to draw accessories, but yeah. And then Cure Lookout. And Cure Buccaneer. They didn't really change a whole lot from this part of the sketchbook to the actual final drawing. Okay, and this is more figuring out the Phantom Storm Company outfits. I wound up giving all the characters, like all the major characters, their own variations on the same theme, but this was the kind of idea that I had for each of them. This was Bonnie. There's Bonnie. I was trying to draw her wearing Oxfords. It didn't go super well. And then we have Cure Treasure. And again, I was trying to figure out. I was having a really hard time figuring out like what I wanted to do with her outfit and her hair in specific. I settled on kind of this like braid thing with the bandana. This is pretty close to what I ended up going with. I had such a hard time figuring out what part of her outfit to add stripes to. More figuring out stuff for Polly, trying to make her more like an actual like marketable mascot character instead of just a cartoon parrot. And then I did some redraws of Aroma screenshots for practice figuring out how to draw cute parrot mascots. Also, Aroma is just really cute. I really like Aroma. He's adorable. He's from Go Princess Pretty Cure. He's a sweetheart. I love him. He's so stressed. And then yeah, this is kind of the design that I settled on for Polly, and drawing some parrot and human expressions, some practice there, and then some Mary expression practice. Oh, and this is for the cafe again. They added an ice cream counter, and so they wanted me to put some ice cream on there. They kept randomly like being like, "Hey, can you do some more stuff for us?" I'm like, "Sure, if you're willing to fucking pay for it." Oh, and there's more ice cream. This was at a friend's house. I went over to hang out with a friend, and we were just sitting. She and my other friend, who I went with, were knitting. And I was sitting, trying to do some like real life background type sketching, trying to do a little more practice on that. I was trying to design Mary's room for Pirate Precure, trying to figure out what that looked like. Yeah. Don't know what this was going to be. I think this was going to be the villain of Pirate Precure, but again, didn't finish it, so I don't actually know. There are a lot of these where I just like start them and don't finish them. So this was the first drawing I tried to do of Constance, my ranger for a Pathfinder game that we've just started. She's a half-orc ranger. She has a pig sidekick named Sweet Petunia. I was trying to draw this in the car. Pro tip, don't try and draw in the fucking car. It will not go well. Look how fucking huge her hand is. Don't know what this was, but I stopped doing it. Oh, more Sister Catherine. This I think I drew during a staff meeting because I was so bored. For those of you who don't know, I do work for a Catholic school, and so like I do tend to use Sister Catherine as like my frustrations with like the Catholic school system and like the Catholic Church as a whole, because I have some thoughts. But like, yeah, I didn't feel like drawing her braids, so I didn't. This was also during the same staff meeting. This is Kem, my my artificer character. Very short-lived artificer character. That game only went to about level 3. I love them. I would love to play them again, but like honestly, artificer kind of sucks. Like alchemist artificer, which is what Kem was, kind of fucking sucks. So I think I would play Kem again, but like maybe in Pathfinder or something. I don't know. This is Hannah. Hannah is the fighter for my D20 magical girl thing. She was mostly drawn from memory, so I'm, that's why her nose is so fucking tiny, is because I couldn't remember what I did for her nose. Oh, and here's some more Polly. All 4 of those pictures were drawn during the same like PA day. I was so bored. This was at the end of August, before we went back to school. I was trying to draw Hannah in some different outfits. So I've tried to draw her in like this ball gown looking thing. And then this is more of like a casual or like traveling outfit. So you picked up an unliftable sword and became the legendary fighter? What, like it's hard? Like this girl has big Elle Woods energy. She's my favorite. Actually, she's not my favorite. I don't have a favorite. That's not true. Rosemary is my favorite, but whatever. I love her so much. So this is another picture of Constance. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think this might be the one I drew in the car, and the other one I drew just kind of sucked. But yeah, we got the duster. She had a breastplate originally, and I took that off, I think. But she just kicks ass. She's this cool cowboy orc with a pig friend. She kicks ass. I love her. Marlena again. I'm a sucker for like big ladies in cool armor. Marlena had a scarf like one time that I drew her, and then I never drew her with a scarf again, and now I'm like, damn, I should keep her scarf. That fucking ruled. So this was, I was trying to figure out some like Pirate Precure like poster image type stuff. Just trying to figure out like poses. Same with this one, trying to figure out how to cram them all in there. And this one again, I thought it would be cool to have like a map sort of in the background there. Figure out the font for the logo and stuff. I'm just trying to figure that shit out. And then trying to figure out like post-transformation poses and catchphrases. So we got charting a course for abundant hope, Kira Captain, and she stands like this, and it's like, I don't know if this is how it's actually going to go, but like it's nice to have these things written down somewhere. It's the courage to sail on stormy seas, Kira Lookout, and here she is doing this. I think I'm going to keep this pose, and I'll probably keep this line. The whole idea with their like transformation catchphrase lines is that they say like kind of the, for lack of a better word, virtue or like character trait that they're meant to embody, as well as like connecting that to being a pirate somehow. And then we have Kier Buccaneer. I really like this pose. I think it's cute. It's the excitement of finding buried treasure. Kier Buccaneer. She's so fucking cute. I love Kier Buccaneer. I think of all the designs for Pyre Precure Buccaneers is one of my favorites. Hers and Lookouts, I think, are the best ones. And then we have Corsair. I don't like this pose. I'm going to have to do something else for this pose. But the kindness to protect my crew, Cure Corsair. I got to do something else with this pose. It's a bad pose. And then I was trying to make like candy-themed magical girls. So this was like peppermint. She was supposed to be like a candy cane. This was rock candy, and I wanted her to have like a rock star kind of look. This was my first attempt at doing like a bubblegum one. I think I did a few other ones for her, but she was going to be bubblegum. And this was going to be toffee. I think I changed those. So there's a different bubblegum. I like this one better. I like the little shorts. And I tried, for bubblegum, I was like, I want to have like a bunch of, like, a lot of circles on her outfit, because, like, you know, gumballs and whatever. And then this was the toffee redesign. I think she's neat. And then this was like a mint chip sort of thing. I don't know. I really like her little capelet thing. And this was supposed to be like, here's the ice cream bowl, and then there's the ice cream, and then there's like sauce on top. Was the general idea. And then they're like non-magical forms. So we have, this is the peppermint girl. Her name is Pepper Green. And then the rock person was Quinn Richards, and I remember I wanted them to be non-binary. I'm just remembering that now. I like their hat, and they're like, it's very like how band kids I knew in high school dressed. Stephanie Beauregard, that's the bubblegum one. I think she's really cute. I like her little sleeves over her hands. She's so cute. She's adorable. And Lucille Beliveau. I don't remember why she's called that. But yeah, I think this was the mint chip one. I don't remember. And yeah, that's enough of that. Like, I never did anything with this, and I don't know if I would continue doing anything with it, but I thought it would be neat to do like candy themed magical girls. I have no idea what I'd do with that, but I thought it would be neat. And then I was doing some Hannah expression practice. At one point I was thinking of turning the D20 Magical Girls into like a visual novel, so I was doing like some sprite practice stuff. That's not gonna happen. It's never really gonna go anywhere, but you know. Okay. This is the first Deltarune fan art I ever did. And I want to preface this. I would like to preface this with, I do not ship Chris and Susie. No hate to people who do, but I don't. I just thought this concept was extremely funny. So we have Chris talking to Noelle, and it's just sent to get chalk with Susie. Literally, I have no idea what you see in here. Oh, come on, Chris. I'm sure she's not really that bad. And then literally the next day, if you don't ask Susie yet, I'm gonna... I just think it would be extremely funny, the idea of like Susie does one nice thing for Chris and they're immediately just like, yes, I get it. I would like to give her a smooch. And it's like, fuck yes, fuck yes, fuck yes, fuck yes. Again, I don't ship it. I just think this concept is extremely funny. And then the last page in the book is your girl Noelle. I fucking love her. I have a hard time drawing like anthropomorphized characters like this, but I think she came out okay. I did finish and color this one digitally. I'll put that up somewhere. But yeah, and then that's the end. I didn't put any stickers on the back of this one. Sometimes I do, but this one I just put them on the front. So yeah, that's the whole sketchbook.
I hope you enjoyed my little sketchbook tour. I hope to do some more of those in the future as I finish more sketchbooks, or perhaps go through some older sketchbooks from when I was in high school or college or whatever. But yeah, hopefully new video should be up in a few weeks. I am planning on the next video being the next Precure Watching video, so look forward to that, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!